morning to one another. Today we are going to discuss our biology. Before going to discuss lesson, let us see what are the academic standards are present in our biology. As a student, you have to know what are the standards to be achieved by you. Let us see those standards. First of all, first standard is conceptual understanding. For example, generally, what is the first lesson? Cell, structure and functions. So, after listening this lesson, you are able to answer or you have to understand the concept of cell and the functions of the cell. Then, whenever you come to know all these things, what is the structure of the cell, what are the functions of this cell, then you achieve that academic standard. So what is the first academic standard? Conceptual understanding. Second one, asking questions and making hypothesis. So after the listening a lesson or particular topic, then you are able to frame some questions. For example, you listen the lesson about the cell. Then you can ask some questions. You can frame some questions about cell. So this is the second academic standard which is present in our biology. And third one is experimentation and field investigation. So in our biology some lessons are there, especially plasma membrane we do observe some activities. Whenever you listen particular activity in the classroom, then you must be able to do the particular activity in the laboratory or your classroom or at home. For example, we discuss diffusion topic in our class. So you can do an activity which explains diffusion, which explains osmosis. But after listening particular activity, particular experiment in the classroom, then you are able to do that particular activity in the laboratory or in classroom. So whenever you do so, that academic standard is achieved by you. That is about experimentation. And some information is not found in our classroom, in our textbooks. That will be present in our nature. We have to investigate for the sake of the information, which is called as field investigation. So that also come under this academic standard. Let us see another academic standard: information skills and project. Here in this, for example, we listen some topics in our classroom. You need to get more information. Then you will get clarity about particular topic. For example, cell. You need to know about the history of cell. By whom these were observed, who conducted experiments, researches. Means you are gaining some information about particular topic. And this is a academic standard which regards to information, skills and project. So we do observe some projects. So these are there are different types of projects according the level of class, according the type of lesson. Let us see another academic standard: communication through drawing. By seeing a drawing, you are able to say what the diagram indicates, what it tells. And you are able to draw the particular diagram. And we need to make a model of particular object. For example, we listen the class about plant cell and animal cell. Then you are able to make a model of plant cell as well as animal cells with whatever available resources, whatever present in our surroundings. Yes, that is about communication through drawing and model making. So let us see another academic standard: appreciation and aesthetic sense. So nowadays we are living a sophisticated life. It is because of our scientists' efforts and their services and their researchers. As a student, as a teacher, we have to appreciate them for their achievements. And last final one is application to daily life. Actually, what is the intention of our education? Whatever we are studying in the classroom, it must be utilized in our daily life. isn't it? In the same manner, we have to, whatever we are listening in the classroom, that must be useful, that must be applicable to our daily life. For example, whenever you listen the nutrition lesson, you have to apply whatever you learned in the classroom. What food habits are good to your health, that must be followed by you. Means you achieve that academic standard. You are applying to your daily life. Means you achieve that standard. That standard is application to your daily life. So these are the academic standards present in our biology. So after listening the lesson, you have to achieve these academic standards. Then lesson will be fulfilled. Let us see what are topics present in our 9th class biology. So first lesson is cell structure and function, and second lesson is plant tissue, and third lesson is animal tissue, and the next fourth lesson is plasma membrane, and fifth lesson is diversity in living organisms, and sixth lesson is sense organs, and seventh lesson is animal behavior, and eighth lesson is challenges in improving agricultural products, and the ninth lesson is adaptations to different ecosystem, and the 10th lesson is soil pollution, and 11th lesson is biogeochemical cycles. So let us enter into our lesson, cell structure and functions. So first of all, let us see the study of the cell. Already we learnt little bit information about cell in the 8th class, in previous class. Let us see history of the cells. It includes discovery of the cell, discovery of the nucleus, study of plant cell, study of animal cell, cell division. Let us see by whom cell was discovered. Robert Hooke in 1665. So whatever he observed, he conducted researches, total he put in a book known as micrography. Let us see Robert Hooke, what he conducted, what he observed regarding cell discovery. He observed cork of oak tree under a microscope which was made by him. So in that he observed one comb, honeycomb, means in Telugu we call it as tenututi. He observed honeycomb like structure in a cork of oak tree. So in that honeycomb we do observe different spaces, means cells. So in Latin, cell means a room, little room. So by that, from the word cell, that is cell Latin, it is derived that word cell. So it means little room. So let us see Robert Hooke and the discovery of cell, as well as contributions of Anthony Van. We will get confusion regarding Anthony Van Leeuwenhoek and Robert Hooke. Actually, Robert Hooke discovered non-living cell. He observed cork of oak tree. Actually, it is dead cells. That is about the contribution of Robert Hooke regarding discovery of cell. And Anthony Van Leeuwenhoek, what kind of contribution made by him? He observed living cells. For example, he brought some water from the pond. So he observed that water under the microscope, whatever made by him. In that he observed some animalcules, he called as little animalcules. So that is the major difference between the contributions of Robert Hooke as well as Anthony Van Leeuwenhoek. By that we come to know Robert Hooke observed dead cells and Anthony Van Leeuwenhoek observed living cells. Isn't it? Let us see discovery of nucleus. So nucleus was discovered by Robert Brown in 1831 in orchid leaves. Later we come to know, we will discuss about the nucleus. And next to plant cell, study of plant cell. By whom it was done? Schleiden. And study of animal cell. By whom it was done? Schwann. Here we do observe cell division also. Actually cell theory, some points are added to cell theory. That let us see what is that. New cells are arise from pre-existing cell. Because of cell theory, it was said by Rudolf Virchow. So one more thing we have to know about the student. He called nucleus as cytoblast. Why he called nucleus as cytoblast? As new cells are arising from the nucleus, he called nucleus as cytoblast. Let us see few differences between protoplasm, cytoplasm, nucleoplasm. Let us try to know the clarity regarding these words. What the words are protoplasm, cytoplasm, nucleoplasm. First of all, let's know about protoplasm. What is meant by protoplasm? It's a colorless material which is present inside the cell, jelly-like fluid. Let us see cytoplasm. Actually, it's a part of protoplasm, but nucleus is not added in that. Means, what is meant by cytoplasm? It is a kind of protoplasm apart from nucleus. And the nucleus lekunda undetటువంటి protoplasm we have to consider as a cytoplasm. Then, what is the meaning of nucleoplasm? The material inside the nucleus. That is called nucleoplasm. Protoplasm means colorless jelly-like material inside the cell. Cytoplasm means protoplasm. It's a kind of protoplasm but apart from nucleus. Yes. So nucleoplasm means the material which is present inside the nucleus. So now we are going to discuss what kind of organelles are present inside the cell. Let us see what are those cells. So for example, already previously we discussed that nucleus as it is a major organelle. Let me give a clarity before going to discuss what kind of organelles present in that. Actually, what is meant by organelle? Let me give clarity. First of all, what is meant by cell? Actually, we are all organisms. Understand? We are all organisms. We are made up of organs. So organs are nothing but a group of tissue. Made up of organs are made up of tissue. Tissue is nothing but a group of cells. That's what we have to consider. Cell is a basic, structural and functional unit of an organism. What is cell? Cell is a structural and functional unit of an organism. And you are getting some little bit confusion regarding organ and organelle. Everybody should get clarity about what is the difference between organ and organelle. As I told you, organ is nothing but made up of tissue. Organelle means here some bodies, some components are present in each and every cell. Those are called as organelles. Now you got the clarity? Organelles. What are the examples for organelles? Nucleus, mitochondria, chloroplast. That means it is present in the plant. Lysosomes. These are all best examples for organelles. But what are the examples for organs? Some internal organs are there. Some external organs are there. Internal organs, heart, kidney, and some glands. They are the best examples for internal organs. External organs, eyes, ears, nose. These are all come under external organs. Now you got the clarity. I hope you got the clarity between organ and organelles. So in this lesson we are going to learn what kind of organelles are present in cell, in a particular cell. Right. Thank you. In next lesson, next video, we are going to discuss about each and every organelle. Thank you.